Hey, Joe 7, subscribe. Tonight, I'm feeling great again. And I'm glad to see that a lot of you are really paying attention and tuning in and watching this video. But it's really important that you subscribe so that I can continue to give you this great work, okay? At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say to you, my main topic is going to be about human life matters. Now, black life and white life and female life is one life. When something affects me, it affects you, it affects the whole community, it affects the race, it affects the nation. That's the reason why we have to stand strong. And then we also have writers and poets like me who tries our best to tell the story. Now, the reason why I say human life matters, because I'm sure that whatever story that I share with you, there's a group of people who's going to say the same thing. I've lived this, I've gone through this, but have not spoken about it. Now, a couple of years ago, okay, I was coming from work, and I used to work double shifts. However, it was late, and I stopped at a Chinese restaurant to get an egg roll. The Chinese restaurant was right across the street from where I live. So this guy stopped and he said, can I get some money? You know, kind of like I'm like a homeless person, and I'm not even thinking about it, you know. So I didn't have a lot of money on me because I paid for the egg roll, but I had like a dime left. And so I went into my pocket. I gave that man the dime. He said, "What, bitch?" Excuse my language. I don't know if I should use that word, but it's exactly what he said. And he turned around and he punched me in my face, right? Shock, because I have never gone through anything like this before. I'm one who gives everybody money. Panhandlers, they come. I don't care. So it was like, So I'm telling the Chinese person who running the restaurant, please call the police. So they called the police. When the police arrived, I'm kind of feeling all like, okay, good. I'm going to give my story. They're going to get this guy, blah, 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 blah. And the police said to me, "Ain't you black woman used to being beat up?" I was in shock, because for the first time in my life, I'm dealing with raw evil. I look at those two cops, and I look at them. They were white cops. And I thought about 11 o'clock at night. I'm a woman. I backed up and I went into my bed and cried. Never reported it to anybody, but I did mention it to my actors. At that time, I was running a actors workshop, and I put it in my writing. Ladies and gentlemen, black life matters. Human life matters. So it happened to me, and the first thing I'm thinking is like, Lord Jesus, what world am I living in? And of course, it wasn't long before we started having all these other reported cases of abuse, people just murdering each other based on color, race, or sexual orientation. This is crap. But I do want to share a piece with you. I mean, I've overcome my anger, my hostility, to understand that we do have some, I hate to say this, and I'm going to say it, we do have some great cops also. The kind who would show you how to get where you're going, the kind that will come to you and defend you. They are good. And I'm not going to say NYPD, they're all evil, or all black people are evil, or white people are evil, because that would not be fair or true to the people who are out there doing what they're supposed to do. All I'm saying is that we need to fight the evils of the government, the evils of the police officers, and not deal with the fact whether they are white or black or orange. Because what happened to me was wrong. And those cops were assholes. And I'm not going to let any kind of discrimination or evil make out who I am as a person. I'm going to deal with you individually, one-on-one. I'm going to deal with issues. So things like people upset because this one didn't come, this one is not doing what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do. And I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just a poet, a writer. And I realized that we have to be able to only stand for what we stand for. Now, where I went wrong, I should have reported it. But I was too afraid as a woman at that particular time to actually stood up and go like, oh my God, who's going to believe me? It's 10 o'clock at night. Maybe they're going to think that I'm into something. And then I just walked away from it. So, ladies and gentlemen, evil does exist. But let me share this little poem with you. This one is about crimes in our community. And it can happen to anybody. But this one is called My Brother. Okay? And I am not pointing fingers at any particular police officers, but it is a fact that some of them need to work harder. Okay? My brother won't go outside. We tried to tell him shit like that happened, but he won't go outside. I remember that night clear as a bell. We were all sitting on the porch on a clear summer night. 3 guys walk up to where my neighbor was standing in front of his house washing his car and gun him down. The children were playing and the families were sitting on their porch catching the night air as gunshot pervaded the air. People scattered like flies, wails and screamers heard as we all took for cover. Within minutes it was all over. Our small, quiet neighborhood will never be the same again. Small, quiet neighborhood where I grew up playing hopscotch, run, catch, and kiss. My brother ran inside when all of this was happening. He was the sensitive type. The police came that night after the fact. They wanted to know, can we testify? The only things we knew is that our neighbor was laying there dead with blood stains everywhere, where his family stood there helpless. You could hear the cries and moans of people 5 blocks down. The familiar slogan is heard, why me, God? Why me? And they're asking, can we testify? In my neighborhood, where doctors and poets are born, nothing will ever be the same again. I wonder, how can anybody gun down another human being? What crimes can they commit it? Now my brother won't go outside. Would it make him feel the sun on his face, or the trickling of the rain, or the cold wind, or see the beauty of the birds fly south for the winter? My brother won't go outside. And they're asking us, can we testify? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to have peace. And we need to make law enforcement work for us and to regard us as people, individual people. Peace, prosperity, and strength. Love you. Subscribe, FloJo7.